What's going on, internet? Welcome back to a brand new commentary video. Before this video gets started, I just want to ask you guys to either hit that subscribe button, go down in the description and join our Discord, or go ahead and purchase some W Energy with our discount code or link Sigmund934 for 10% off of anything on their website. It would help out a ton. Anyways, guys, so today we're going to kind of kick it chill. Obviously, this week, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 drops, and I'm going to be pretty busy playing it. So I just wanted to chill out with some Black Ops 3 zombies and just chat about it a little bit and, you know, just talk. But anyway, so we do have a topic today. We got one here from, where is your name? Brian. Okay, Brian. So I'm going to go ahead and read Brian's questions. What's going on, Hunter? I found the channel recently and I had a quick question. There's this girl that I'm really into that's in one of my classes. Don't know how to talk to her and I don't know how to ask her out. How should I handle this? All right, boss. So I'm just going to assume that you're in high school and not college because it's a little different. But so here's what I'm going to tell you. The biggest piece of advice that I'm going to give you and that I think is important for anybody to hear that is either interested in a girl or is looking to date is be confident. That's the biggest tip that I can give you. Well, two I'm going to give you. Be confident and don't be a fucking weirdo. Those are the two that I'm going to give you. And I'm going to elaborate on both. So here's the thing about being confident, right? It's going to sound a little cringe, but women don't like weak men. And the thing is that if you approach a girl and you're acting all fucking shy, you're acting all fucking bashful, I'll be real with you. You're probably going to have less of a chance of actually dating her. That's just the fucking truth. But that's not to say that you can't be awkward. That's just to say that you can't be all fucking like slumped over, not really trying and, you know, giving off an aura that you're a really shy and not a super fun person to be around. And I say this because I'm somebody that was that way, right? I liked a handful of girls in high school, and one in particular I was really falling for, and she was great in a lot of different ways. And the thing is that I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna be falling with it. I was genuinely like obsessed with this girl, not in like a weird way. Like I was genuinely like, I genuinely thought to myself, this is going to be the girl that I'm going to be with forever. And part of the reason why that didn't work out was because of how fucking awkward I was. This was junior year actually, and she was a senior and she had her life figured out. She knew what she wanted to do. I really didn't. And when we had these conversations, when we first became friends, is that I was awkward at times. And I can think back to the very first time that we talked. Very first time that we talked is I was discussing with one of my other friends about what makes Coca-Cola so addictive. And we were talking about the change in artificial sweetener in Diet Coke. She butted into our conversation because she heard us, and she was also drinking a Diet Coke. And we had a conversation, right? And it was a conversation that stuck with me for a long time because I wasn't leading in that conversation. I more played the fucking fiddle in that conversation and kind of sat back and watched it take place. And that really hurt me in the long run because I was still so fucking awkward when I was still 16 at the time, right? I was so fucking awkward. And you can't fucking do that, man. Cannot tell you how many times I've seen guys like genuinely be like, oh, this girl's great, you know, whatever, I'm falling in love with her, whatever, I think she's beautiful, I think she's gorgeous, I think she's all these things, I think she's amazing. And then they get all fucking awkward, they get all fucking choked up and they can't do it. And look, there's probably going to be some guy that's going to tell you, oh no, you can be awkward. Yeah, maybe 1 out of a fucking 1,000 girls, brother. I'm not trying to be generic or something, but that's the truth. Like you can't do this, right? If you're like nobody really likes somebody that's super awkward. They don't. That's just the truth. Like if you think about interactions that you've had socially and when somebody's really awkward, you probably don't really like talking to that person. And that's not to be mean, that's just kind of the truth. And I think that some people don't realize that that also translates to girls or boys. Like it's the same thing. And I think that's something that you got to think about, man. So I'm just walk with confidence, talk with confidence. And you know, don't be afraid to impress her a little bit too. Like if you are trying to win somebody over, and if you're not, especially in high school, man, you got to really put your best foot forward. I think that's really important. In college, it's a little different. And that's a whole separate video about dating in college. But seriously, man. And also, like, I think this is important too. And some people disagree with me. I think it's important to think about your future too when you look at people. Like, genuinely, I think it's important to think about your future with somebody. And no, I'm not saying day one, but I think it's important to think about that sometimes, because culture in general for dating has changed a lot. And I think that's a major factor that some people don't think about. And it's an unfortunate thing for me, because I think it's an important factor. When I'm looking at somebody that I want to date, well, I've been in a relationship for 2 years and I'm like 2 months now. But the point is like, when you aren't looking at some of these factors, you're going to hurt yourself in the long run. And just think about that, man. Don't be a fucking creep. What I mean by don't be a creep is, number one, if she tells you no, take no as a fucking answer, man. Like this is a thing that a lot of men don't fucking realize. If a girl's not into you, she's not into you. And like, don't fucking bug her about it, and don't make her feel uncomfortable about it. You're not helping your case. You're actually fucking irritating her. You're making your case worse. You're proving her point as to why she didn't want to be with you. I'm not saying that her reason was, because you're a creep, but you're not making yourself look good when you do these things. And I think that some men think that they are, but they're not. You're hurting yourself. Stop. So if she tells you no, man, you got to be able to take it on the chin. I think that's really important. And also, if you guys do start talking, don't be weird. Don't take it to a place where it doesn't need to go yet. Don't take it sexual right away. Don't fucking push too far. Don't do that shit. I've seen guys do that where they expect, sexual things early on, or they expect more things to happen, or they want things to go faster. Take your time. Let it ride out. Because here's the thing. In most cases, you're going to be able to let it ride out. You're going to be able to let sort of the conversation drive itself, and you're going to slowly let it drift into where it needs to go in a lot of cases. So sometimes you don't need to force it. And sorry, not sometimes. And a lot of times you don't need to force it. There's not really been many times in my life with the people that I've dated where I've needed to make sure that I force a situation to go any further, right? Every once in a while you may need to steer a conversation in that direction to sort of get things moving, but in most cases you don't. And I think that some men jump on this way too fast, and they try to make things move too fast. So don't do that, because the thing is that in a lot of cases you're gonna freak her out, man, and that's not what we're trying to do here. We're trying to get you to date this girl, man, because like you talked about here, you're really into her, and you got to think about that. If you're really into somebody, take your time. Don't just rush into things. Is another thing too, is like, some people are so quick to jump into things, and they're so quick to say I love you. They're so quick to want to do these things. Let it fucking ride out, man. Just relax a little bit. And I know it's nerve-wracking, especially when you're in high school. High school dating is such a weird thing. I'm going to sound like a broken record, but high school is really a time where you find yourself a little bit. And it's a really weird time for that. Like, truthfully, is that high school is truthfully one of the weirdest times. And I both loved and hated high school. High school literally started this channel, and it taught me a lot about myself and my morals, but it also fucking ruined me in certain regards. And I think that's also important to think about too, man, is that it's a weird time. It's a weird time for everybody. You and this girl are going to change a lot over the next 4 years. Let's assume you're a freshman. But, during high school, man, I'm such a different person than when I was in high school. And Noah can vouch for this. Like, we're both very different people, and we both watch each other change. I've watched my friends, like some of my friends that I've had for like over a decade. That's fucking holy shit. Sorry. But like, when I think about like some of my friends that I've had for over 10 years at this point, we've all changed a lot. Vaughn, who's been on this channel, has changed a lot. Alex, who's been on this channel, has changed a lot. Noah's changed a lot in the past 5 years. Chandler's changed a lot in 5 years. Carter's changed a lot in 5 years. We all have. Back when we started this channel, we were different. And in high school is no different. Girls are no different. Boys are no different. Everybody changes. And those 4 years that you're going to spend in a fucking building made out of bricks, that sucks, and you're going to hate every minute of it on the surface, is it's going to teach you a lot about yourself. It's going to teach you a lot about girls, too, and that's so weird for me to say, right? Because it doesn't seem like that. It doesn't seem like you're going to change. It doesn't seem like the world is going to be this big thing. Dog, I learn every fucking day. Like, genuinely, I learn a lot about myself all the time. And that's not a bad thing. You're going to love it. But for a time, it is confusing. It is tough. It is hard. And also, what I will tell you, too, if this girl decides, hey, I'm going to give this guy a shot, don't fucking blow it. I'm going to tell you right now. And I say that only because sometimes you just need to hear that. Is that you're going to figure it out. I promise you're going to figure it out. And at first, it seems daunting. But the best thing that I heard is from my dad. When I went on my first date in high school, he told me that same thing. He told me, don't blow it. I didn't blow it, but obviously that relationship didn't last. But that's not the point. The point is that when I heard that, don't blow it, so I kind of knew something, right? I kind of was like, fuck. This kind of is in my court, huh? This ball is kind of thrown in my court, huh? I can either shoot it. Well, I'm going to shoot it. There's 3 seconds left on the clock. Now I have to make a decision. And if I miss that shot, well, I'm probably not going to play for the rest of the season. Think about that a little bit, man. You know, if she gives you the date. And don't be afraid to ask her for the date either. I think that's another thing, too, is that some people, especially in my generation, kind of have this thing where they don't like to go on dates. They don't like to do these things. But I feel like it kind of breaks the mold a little bit, you know? But anyways, man, thanks, Brian, for the question. Hope this helped. And anyways, guys, once again, please hit that subscribe button. Please join the Discord. Please buy some W Energy if you're interested. And anyways, I'm going to have a good time just playing some more BO3 while I get ready for BO6. Have a good rest of your day, and peace.